Today is a very great day for each one of us here, and thanks a lot to Mr. Dean Thompson from U.S. Embassy, Deputy Chief of Mission, and his colleague, and together with the people of Terengganu today, and all of our students from Terengganu. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years ago, a man stepped onto the moon. It was a significant day, of course, not just for both Commander Neil Armstrong and lunar module pilot Buzz Aldrin, who would come to be a household name. It's not just for themselves, but for all mankind. You see, that day when he put up that flag, the American flag, not only did he represent himself and his country, he represented all of us. He represented science and technology, teamwork, determination and perseverance, and at the heart of all, human intelligence. Scientists, mathematicians are often unsung heroes, but today we celebrate all of them through countless hours and the intense labor of many brilliant minds. 50 years ago, you achieved something extraordinary. As a scientist and a researcher myself, I can appreciate all the untold stories and imagine the sweat and tears shared in massive undertaking. The feeling of being able to turn scribbles, numbers and theories and formulas into such a reality is indescribable. This story, the moon landing story, is a dream come true that brings us hope to all mankind. For myself, I still vividly remember all those years. Myself as a kampung boy, just like the majority of the students here today, in this very room, as a kampung boy in which I have, at one particular time in my life, I have to look at things when I was a research student many years ago, exploring the phenomenon of some of the fundamental issues related to the high altitude relight of aero engines, laser ignitions, and hundreds of children images of experimental work, simulations of isooctane droplet ignition and combustion at variable condition, lean, stoichiometric, and rich mixture of isooctane, the fuel that become part of our study. That was part of my wide range of work by others as well, together with a few colleagues and friends, fellow friends from Imperial College, United Kingdom, and together with Rolls-Royce that produce aircraft engine, in part of the research funding by Engineering and Physical Science Research Council, United Kingdom. After almost 18 years of my endeavor when I was a research student, as I explained before, I still could find my journal paper publication, what I have written many years ago, some nearly 20 years ago, still being referred and cited by researchers all over the world. That's just a tiny little work of mine, isolated, secluded somewhere, hidden under a very thick book. What more could possibly happen for such an enormous work to achieve, such as a man landing on the moon? Surely we should remind ourselves of what been said by Neil Armstrong when he said, I quote, That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Houston, tranquility base here, the eagle has landed. Mystery creates wonders, and wonders is the basis of a man's desire to understand. That's what Neil Armstrong said some 50 years ago for us to ponder. Those scientists were once children just like ourselves, once babies, and barely could walk. At one point in time, they didn't know what is 1 plus 1 equals 2. And they all started from 0. And look at what they became and achieved today. Look at what they are capable of now. Each one of us started ourselves as a novice student, as a raw mind, without any capabilities, but we have to develop. And you can look at yourself, how science and technology been developed some after 50 years of the moon landing. We can see many achievements across the world. Imagine what we can achieve in the future. All these unrealistic dreams suddenly made true by hard work and determination. There are some of you here who are still very young, and perhaps you are still unsure about yourself, especially our students in this room, or what you are going to be. And perhaps you are not so young and still haven't achieved what you have hoped to achieve. The key point for us all, don't give up, and you will succeed. As the quest of moon landing being exhibited to us in front of us today. As a chief minister from one of the states in Malaysia, I'm proud that Malaysia has set foot in space. I have faith that someone out there will dream, work hard, and achieve something greater than this. It will be my undertaking to ensure that the best education possible to all and to prioritize research and development in science and technology within our scope in Terengganu. For today, for our program today, again, thank you very much to the U.S. Embassy for coming today and being with us today. Let us celebrate and thank everyone involved in Apollo 11 lunar module mission. They have inspired us and taught us that no objective is unreachable. Nothing is impossible. In their memory, let's aspire to overcome larger challenges and greater successes in our future endeavor. I thank you for inviting me to speak here today. I'm truly honored to take part in this celebration. Hopefully it brings something good, especially to our students, which is our future generation, who are going to look at science and technology in a different way as the people 50 years ago look at science and technology. With that, thank you very much.